we will see the solution of 2.6c, in which they give Vx I1 R1. This Ix we need to find with respect to Vx and Gm of this. This is the problem statement. Now, as we have seen earlier, that you will see that okay, the gate voltage is 2 volt, so we can make two part of Vx. If it is going from 0 to 3 volt, that is for this one, and for this part, let's say A and B. So you can calculate the Ix and Gm for part A and part B. But let's see if we can do that here. So what will happen if you will see part A circuit? If you are not aware about the video number 2.5 part B and C, just please watch that, so you will be able to understand what I am trying to tell here. It's very easy. Whenever your gate voltage is given and your Vx has to be variable from 0 to something, you can make two part, from 0 to that gate voltage and gate voltage to that max 3 volt, and you can calculate Ix from for this condition, for this condition. So let's see what happened here. This is the I1, right? The same I1 here, and R1, isn't it? This is Ix but minus Ix, because the direction will change here. Okay, this is Vx, but range will be 0 to 2 only. What will happen to make this true? This potential has to be higher than this one. If this is higher than this one, again this will convert into drain and this one will be source. So what are we are assuming, that this potential will be lower than 2 volt, will not be true. I mean, sorry, not in that way. This potential can be lower than 2 voltage, but this terminal potential will be lower than 2 volt. I'm sorry for the previous statement. So what we are assuming, that okay, this terminal will be acting as a source, but that will not be true here. Okay, so this method by making two part will not be accurate, will not be true, not accurate. Accurate is the wrong word. Anyway, so now we will see what will happen at Vx is equal to 0. This explanation is just to make you understand how to deal with this kind of circuitry in which current source is given. Okay, so when Vx is here, let's say 0 volt, this potential has to be less than 0 volt, such that it can support some current. So in tool, if you will simulate this, both end is ground, one current, let's say 1 ampere, let's say 1 ohm. Okay, so how this resistance will support this current? This is fixed, like this terminal is fixed 0 volt. This terminal we can, I mean not we can, this current source will make this terminal minus 1 volt, such that it can support 1 ampere current. Okay, so now you get the drill, that okay, how this potential will go down. This is ideal current source, the resistance will be higher, infinite. right? So this potential can go anywhere just to support this current. So in fact, whenever you are dealing with any real circuitry in the your real design, for example, let's say this is your switch and this is current coming from some current block, current giving IREF block, let's say. And if you are in simulation just putting ideal current source, and if you are making this ground, let's say you are making this switch off, you don't want to current come here, then what it will do, it will make this VDS so high, let's say 5 volt, let's say 10 volt somewhere. And don't stick with this range, I'm just intuitively telling, somewhere here it will put the voltage and VDS will be so high such that that current can pass from this MOSFET even though your gate voltage is lower. Okay, so it will do extrapolation. I mean, see, 5, for example, if you are using 1 volt device, 5 volt will not be considered in the mathematical model. The range is out of this model, right? It will do some extrapolation and it will give some fake result. So be aware about this ideal current source whenever you are dealing with in your real design. This video will be somewhat longer. Just I am just making you aware about the ideal current source situation, isn't it? Okay, so now Vx, when Vx is equal to 0, what will happen? This will be a negative, so it will be like 2 voltage minus some let's say Vk, something, some volt will be your VGS. That is of course um, higher than VTS, because Vk is minus value, so ultimately V minus minus will be there. Okay, so 2 volt plus something, so VGS will be more than 2 volt. It is of course more than VTS, so device will be on for sure. But what will happen to VDS is it too high, too low? So if you will calculate that, okay, R1 and let's say I dash, R1 I dash is VDS and your VGS is VGS minus VTH is 2 volt plus Vk is some volt here. This Vk we can write like Vx minus Ri dash. Okay, let me put that value only here, 2 volt plus Vx minus Ri dash R1 I dash minus 0.7. Okay, so this value will be lower compared to this. Just to tell you that this is 0, right? We are not considering this. 2 volt minus 0.7, this Ri will go there, right? So as I become high, this potential, this will go lower and lower, so your VDS will be so low such that it will be in triode region. Okay, why I am telling that this will be lower, the second, like to understand it very clear, if this VGS is too high, all current will flow here, the current flowing here will be too low compared to, because this MOSFET will be, it's like VGS is too high to support more current, so this current will be lower. So in that case, yeah, this voltage will be lower than this, so your device is in triode region. So this is the way to understand this circuitry. I already wrote the equations, let me just show you that. Okay, I was giving the same explanation to one of my students, so I already wrote this. If you will see here, your VDS is, let me do that, VDS is R1 into I dash, this is equation 1. VGS is 2 minus this potential. Okay, so that potential is nothing but 2 minus Vx minus R1 I dash. It will ultimately become plus here. Okay, so we are seeing that, okay, if VDS is greater than VGS minus VTS, this configuration will be in saturation. But here, to do so, what will happen? VDS is R1 I dash 2 minus Vx plus R1 I dash minus VTH. This will cancel out. To do so, Vx should be greater than 2 minus VTH for saturation. Okay, so below VTH, from 0 to 2 minus VTH, the device will be in triode region. For greater than this, that is saturation. And to make this device off, what we need, I mean, we are not making it off. The value of Vx is making it off. At what value it will be? Vgs should be greater or less than Vth for I is equal to 0. That means device is in off condition. To do so, what is the Vgs? 2 minus Vx plus R1 I dash less than 0.7 or whatever Vth is. Vx should be greater than this value for making it off. So we have 2-3 points here. From 0 to that T was for triode region. At 0 we have triode region condition, just to make you understand what we explained here. So from there to 2 minus Vx, that will be triode region. Here from this point to 2 minus Vth plus R1 I dash, that is saturation region. And from this point to 3 volt, it will be I is equal to 0, Gm is equal to 0, isn't it? Okay, how this graph will come? Here, this is the current equation for triode region. Mu n COX W by L, VGS minus VTH, you can just put it with value of VGS, 1/2 VDS square you will put. Okay, this I dash you can convert it into I1 minus Ix. So if you will put here, Ix term will come here, and by simplification you will able to get the equation of Ix. So it was somewhat lengthier process. You can consider as an exercise for you. You can just get it from here. Once you get Ix, you can do either same process here, either you can use the equation of Gm with respect to the Ix. You can get that, but those are in saturation region equation, so you may get the this equation perfectly fine for you. That is mu n COX VDS. This is triode region Gm equation. Here is mu n COX R1 I dash. I dash you can replace by this one Ix, I1 minus Ix, and Ix you can use this equation, whatever after simplification you got, that you get. Okay, so this is triode and this is saturation region equation. Same goes for here also. I dash you need to convert it with I1 minus Ix, and don't confuse between this I1 and Ix. What I am considering, this is I1, this is already given. Ix, this is ID basically, and I dash is current from R1, as I told earlier. So saturation region equation, you know that 1/2 mu n COX double by L, VGS minus VTH square. Just I put value, you can get that. Same goes for Gm, and for this value I and Gm will be 0. So this curve, whatever you are seeing here, you can simulate it also, and you can get the some square term, incremental square term from in the Gm equation from 0 to this 2 minus Vx, 2 minus Vth, I'm sorry, 2 minus Vth, and from this to this some decremental term you will get. Same goes for I. So this is the curve of I x, and this is the curve of Gm.